Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the RURBANIVE Podcast. We're kicking off this series with a special guest from the Institute of Communication and Computer Systems, the coordinating partner of the RURBANIVE project. Today, we have Dr. Katika with us to help unravel the vision behind this ambitious initiative. What does it mean to connect rural and urban areas? And how can innovation and collaboration shape a more sustainable, inclusive future? Let's find out. Tina, welcome to the podcast. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Hi Maria, the pleasure is all mine.
Let's start with the basics. What exactly is RURBANIVE? Could you break it down for us?
Sure, I will do my best. RURBANIVE is an innovative project and it's inspired by the European Union's vision to strengthen, connect and make rural areas more resilient and prosperous. The project itself envisions to address the challenges that are faced by rural areas, such as limited access to technological infrastructure and the lack of services that are related to socio-environmental sustainability. The main goal of RURBANIVE is to actually establish a novel rural-urban innovation framework that leverages both the technical and the social innovations. The framework is designed to foster bidirectional synergies between rural and urban areas, to enhance the territorial governance and to place the citizens at the center of policy tool development. RURBANIVE envisions a future where rural areas are digitally connected and rural-urban interactions are facilitated through immersive technologies like extended reality. By doing so, the project seeks to drive the transition to a well-being economy. That way to ensure that rural areas can fully realize their potential in contributing to sustainable and prosperous development.
So the project focuses on bridging the gap between rural and urban communities. Why is this connection so important? Could you give us some examples?
Sure. The rural-urban connection is vital for sustainable development, social cohesion and economic resilience. Cities drive innovation and economic growth, while the rural areas provide essential resources like food and energy. Strengthening this link will support a balanced growth, will reduce the rural depopulation, and possibly address the urban challenges like overpopulation and resource scarcity. For instance, local food hubs allow farmers to sell directly to urban consumers, reducing costs, emissions, and intermediaries. Cities can also use agricultural byproducts for bio-based materials, that way cutting their waste and creating more jobs. Additionally, heritage tourism and cultural events help preserve the traditions while boosting the rural economies. RURBANIVE aims to bridge this gap, unlocking rural potential and fostering cooperation for a more sustainable, interconnected society.
How does RURBANIVE aim to transform the relationship between rural and urban areas from a stress point to a strength? What are the main areas of focus?
RURBANIVE aims to transform these rural-urban relationships from points of friction, as you mentioned, into opportunities for synergy by introducing the rural-urban enablers. In this project, we call them the RUEs, and immersive digital tools that foster collaboration, innovation, and share the well-being. The project focuses on 6 specific areas. The first area is about the cultural landscape and heritage access and promotion. To break it down, rural areas are rich in cultural heritage, breathtaking landscape, and deep-rooted traditions. However, these assets often remain underappreciated or inaccessible. RURBANIVE project is working to change that by using digital tools and immersive experiences to make cultural heritage more visible and engaging, aiming to bridge the rural-urban divide and ensure that heritage becomes a driving force for regional identity, tourism, and community pride. The second section is about the circular bioeconomy development. A sustainable future depends on how we use and reuse the resources. RURBANIVE project fosters a circular bioeconomy, ensuring that both rural and urban regions both together minimize waste, maximize the resource efficiency, and create sustainable economic models. The third section is about user engagement, empowerment, society and territorial awareness. Both rural and urban communities must work together to shape the future. Therefore, in our project, we place people at the heart of the decision-making through participatory governance, digital collaboration tools, and citizen-driven innovation. The fourth section is about ecosystem and biodiversity restoration. Again, to break it more down in more simple terms, the health of our natural ecosystem is vital for both the rural and urban sustainability. The project focuses on restoring this degraded landscape, preserving the biodiversity, and promoting nature-based solutions to environmental challenges. RURBANIVE creates green spaces, improves climate resilience, and ensures that future generations inherit a healthier and more balanced environment. Moving on to the fifth area, we have logistics and the shortening of value chains. To be more specific, we recognize a key challenge in rural-urban interactions, that is the insufficient supply chains, which often lead to economic disparity and environmental harm. In RURBANIVE project, we aim to rethink the logistics by promoting shorter and more efficient value chains that reduce the transportation distances, lower the emissions, and strengthen the local markets. The sixth and final key element of our project is how to enhance the mobility. Considering that connectivity is fundamental to a thriving rural-urban relationship, RURBANIVE is exploring an innovative mobility solution that improves transportation links, digital accessibility, and infrastructure development. We understand that by enhancing mobility, we will ensure that rural residents have better access to jobs, education, healthcare, and markets, while also enabling urban populations to experience and engage with rural spaces more seamlessly. Lastly, we are particularly excited about the immersive technologies that will play a pivotal role in our project. Extended reality, that is part of these immersive technologies, will enable us to create immersive environments that facilitate deeper engagement and experimentation for rural and urban stakeholders. By using these XR applications, we aim to visualize and simulate different scenarios to foster a better understanding of potential outcomes and to promote innovative solutions tailored to the unique.
Well, this is already painting a very vivid picture of what RURBANIVE is about. Could you share a bit about the Institute of Communication and Computer Systems role in the project? Where do you step in?
Great. Actually, we use our abbreviation, ICCS, to put it a bit more short. ICCS plays a central role in this project as a coordinator, as we ensure smooth collaboration among all partners. We synchronize research activities and oversee the implementation of various initiatives. Our responsibility is to organize a consortium, align the contributions of different stakeholders, and ensure that all research and technological developments are effectively integrated. ICCS particularly focuses on the development of extended reality applications to engage users through immersive campaigns with digital assets and interactive storylines. These tailored experiences will explore rural-urban synergies by illustrating enablers, policies, and models. ICCS also creates the content and graphics for these digital campaigns. Moving beyond the XR applications, ICCS is also developing and contributing to a one-stop platform that is called the Community Store, which will offer open access and open source services to support the rural-urban synergies, including the digital campaigns I mentioned before, business models, and policy recommendations. At the same time, the immersive simulations across different domains will enhance the understanding and foster engagement. Assessment and evaluation tools will analyze the impact of proposed changes and continuously refine the innovation framework. Finally, ICCS is setting up a simulation toolkit for on-demand mobility services given a generic network environment, fleet, and vehicle characteristics, which aims to interact between rural and urban territories. Through these contributions, ICCS ensures that cutting-edge digital tools drive meaningful collaboration and sustainable rural-urban interaction.
How does technology help, and where does human connection matter more?
Well, I would say that technology in RURBANIVE project plays a crucial role in enhancing the decision-making, the visualization, and the collaboration, mainly through extended reality technologies, data-driven platforms, and digital enablers. These technologies aim to reduce the cognitive load, enable the immersive experimentation, and support evidence-based policymaking. Both the community store and the community of practice suite, they ensure broad knowledge and access for continuous innovation. I would say that human connection remains vital. In the rural-urban co-creation labs, we aim to bring stakeholders together for participatory processes and to ensure socially accepted solutions. Dialogue, trust, and lived experience will drive the sustainable rural-urban synergies. The technology will enhance the human interaction and will not replace it.
What's the thinking behind the co-creation labs? Is it for everyone to have a seat at the table?
Yes. Actually, the rationale is that everyone should and must have a seat at the table and co-design new approaches and services that will help connect rural and urban communities, enabling their mutual driving, both socially and economically. RURBANIVE includes 7 co-creation labs that are spread around Europe, including both rural and urban areas. This will further support our intention to ensure both geographical and social diversity in the participating communities and strengthen our principles for inclusivity.
That makes a lot of sense. It's about finding that sweet spot where solutions for one area actually help the other. What does the future hold for RURBANIVE? Where does it go from here?
Well, this is a critical question that we should all reflect on in designing a research project. The future of RURBANIVE lies in scaling its innovations, strengthening rural-urban synergies, and expanding its impact across Europe and beyond. By leveraging its open-source digital ecosystem, including the community store and the extended reality applications, RURBANIVE will continue to evolve as a hub of knowledge sharing, policy making, and experimentation with the new rural-urban enablers. Through strategic partnerships, networking, and open calls, the project will fund and integrate additional digital enablers, expanding to diverse geographical and socio-cultural contexts. Its alignment with the new European Bauhaus principles will further enhance sustainability, inclusivity, and innovation in territorial development. Looking ahead, RURBANIVE has the potential to influence EU policy frameworks, develop business models, and enrich community-driven governance. That way, we aim to ensure that rural-urban collaboration remains at the forefront of sustainable and resilient development.
What's one takeaway from RURBANIVE that you hope sticks with people after this podcast?
Well, if I can be brief, I want everyone to be able to understand that the collaboration and the partnership of rural and urban areas is of high importance for the sustainability of both communities, and that recent technological advances can provide immersive solutions to this end. This exchange is a win-win for both areas, and it will prove extremely crucial in the near future.
And that's a wrap on our very first episode. Big thanks to Dr. Tina Katika for guiding us through the big picture of RURBANIVE.
Thank you, Maria, for having me and for all these nice questions.
Rural and urban regions may seem worlds apart, but as we've learned today, the future is about bringing them closer together. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify and social media, and stay tuned for more episodes where we turn ideas into action. Until then, keep rethinking the spaces in between.